Bula Vinaka, my name's Joe. I'm studying law at the University of Glasgow in Scotland. I learnt about Think Pacific from Facebook, which was a bit of a surprise. I seen it as an advert, just came up on my newsfeed one day. I think I chose Think Pacific because the conversation I had made me think it was a wee bit different from sort of the other types of volunteer groups that come in and don't have like such a deep impact in like a village. Because I'd seen from school there was like volunteer projects where you would come to Ghana or somewhere in Africa but stay in like a hotel or a hostel. Instead with Think Pacific, like, you come in and you live with families, and I think that's what appealed to me as well. The thing I love the most about Fiji is probably like a sense of community with everyone. So to give an example, like when we were walking to a different village one day, people that have never seen you before, they stop, shake your hand, ask you your name, and ask you what you're doing, where you're going, where you come from, and how you are. Like, that doesn't happen back home. I think the biggest highlight on project has been called Joe Sareki. I think that's been like really funny, and I felt like one of their brothers or one of their friends like immediately. Because every time I go somewhere they shout something back at me in Fijian, and I can shout it back to them and they laugh. And it's not like I'm being made fun of, it's like coming in and being part of like a friendship or a group. I think one of the biggest challenges on project is not having your own space sometimes. It's not that it's really close and you can't get away, but it's sometimes you just, for me, I need some time to think. So when I go for a run, a couple of times I've like climbed up a tree and just sat and like watched the waves everywhere. One of the like biggest things I've learned about the Fijian way of life is like their sense of family and how they're always together in the houses or like in clans. They all stay around each other. So it's different at home where sometimes someone might say that you're going to your aunts or your grandparents or another house that you can go to, and you don't want to do that because you might have other things to do. But here everything's like orientated around staying with your elders, having respect for everybody, like being with your family, being with your brothers. So I think for me, like I'll take that home and try and spend like more time with my family, like have a bit more respect for people that are like older than me, because they're quite often like wiser, know more than you know yourself, even though you think you might know more. If someone in my university was thinking about joining, I'd say 1, talk to me about it, because that's all I want to speak about, I know for a fact when I get home, and 2 is just do it. I didn't really think much when I seen it. I knew I wasn't doing anything in summer, I didn't want to waste my time, and I seen this project and I jumped on it. I didn't hesitate, I didn't even tell my parents until like 6 months before I left. So I had my flights booked, everything sorted. So if you see it, you know you can do it, just go for it.